What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to be helping my friend Jake with his 2016 Honda Accord EXL, and we're going to be changing the cabin air filter, and we're also going to be swapping his engine air filter out for a high performance K&N air filter. Now I've already done this before on an Audi or a Volkswagen, and I'll link those videos in the description below. Personally, I really like working on Hondas, or like mainly a lot of Japanese cars in general, because they're very easy to work on. So you should be able to knock this out in probably about 10 minutes or so, and I'll show you exactly what you need to get the job started. So with that said, let's get started. All right, so the first step is we're gonna open up the glove box, and then go ahead and take all the stuff out of the glove box, because once you drop it, everything's gonna fall. So now there's a little tab that you guys can see right here. So what you're gonna do is slightly push the glove box up a little bit and then push directly down. So you can hear that the clip just got disengaged. And now if you let go, you can see basically what happens is that it's free hanging, being held on by the two little push pins. So now you're gonna push the glove box in and then pull down, and there you go. Now you have access to your air filter. So now that you have access to the protective cover, what you're gonna do is you're gonna push in the two clips on the side. That's gonna release that protective cover from the cabin air filter, and then set that to the side, and then now just grab it from the middle and pull directly towards you. So now you can see we have the new filter, cabin filter right here, and then this is the old one. So what you want to quickly do is just kind of lay them on top of each other and just make sure dimensionally that they both are about the same size. So that way you have a perfect fit. So you can see that we've also already cross-checked the product numbers, so that's good on that end. And again, you can see how dirty this filter is compared to this. So the recommended interval is to change it once a year at the minimum, or about 12,000 miles. All right, now, so to reinstall the air filter, what you're gonna do is basically make sure that it's oriented in the correct way. So you can see the airflow arrows are pointing down. Now it's gonna be a little hard to see. It's gonna probably be a little washed, but you can see that there's an airflow indicator on the actual plastic component itself, and it's also pointing down. So just make sure they're oriented correctly. And now you're gonna reinsert the filter in the same exact process that you did for the removal. Once you put that in, go ahead and put the protective cover on. And then now you're gonna reassemble the glove box. So lift it up, push it in from the sides. And then you're gonna engage that clip by just pulling up. And then put everything back in your glove box and you're good to go. So with the engine cover open, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna disengage these. There's one, two, and then there's one on the back side, these clips. So what you're gonna do is put your finger on that clip, push it down, and you're gonna disengage it, and then get the one in the back. And now what you're gonna do is put your hand under this and pull this cover towards your left. So you can see how you just disengage that air filter housing. So now while you're holding it up, go ahead, I'm just gonna assist him here, and you're gonna take out your engine air filter, and you can see the condition of it. It's pretty bad, so this is probably reducing the amount of like airflow that's kind of getting into the engine. So we're gonna replace this with a high performance K&N air filter now. So similar to the cabin air filter, what you're gonna do is basically do a quick comparison to make sure that the dimensions are about the same. So you're just gonna take your old filter, overlay it on top of the new one, and just do a quick side-by-side check. And you can see, I've already done this before, so I'm gonna kind of speed through that process. But one thing to keep in mind when you're using a high-performance air filter is you can see how thick this old filter is. And then when you compare it to the new one, it's rather skinny. Now the reason for that is because it's a difference in technology. This is a paper-based filter versus this is using like the K&N technology, which is kind of like an oil-based filter. So it has better performance enhancements. So it's designed to increase the acceleration as well as your slight horsepower, and it's using a different technology, hence why it's a little skinnier compared to a paper filter. So, you know, nothing to get alarmed about. You just want to make sure that the outer dimensions as well as the product numbers match, and you should be good to go from there. So now we're going to reinstall this in the same fashion that we took it out, and then we should be good. So now to reinstall it, what you're going to do is you're going to lift up the air filter housing, and you're going to put in the air filter, and you're going to make sure it's oriented correctly. Like as you can see, it's only going to go in one direction. Make sure it's a nice snug fit. And then you're gonna slide in. Make sure you get these two clips in first. You might need a little, yeah, there you go. And then push down, and then just re-engage those metal clips all around. So it should go on very smooth. If you have some resistance, that means that these clips have not seated correctly. And then the last step, which we're not gonna really show, is just we're gonna wipe down this air filter, and we're gonna slap on the K&N sticker. And the main reason for that is in case if you ever take your car for service or anything, people know that there's a reusable filter in there and they don't throw it out, because K&N filters are a little bit more expensive than your traditional paper filters. And there you guys go. That's all it takes to really change the cabin air filter and the engine air filter in your car.